The action cannot be completed because the file is open in Runtime Broker. Error typically occurs when you try to delete, move, or rename a file that is currently being used by the Runtime Broker process. Runtime Broker is a legitimate Windows process that manages permissions for Microsoft Store apps. While it's a core component, sometimes an app or a system glitch can cause it to hold onto files unnecessarily. Here's a breakdown of what Runtime Broker is and how to fix the file open problem. What is Runtime Broker? Purpose. Runtime Broker is a Windows process that acts as an intermediary between Microsoft Store apps, Universal Windows Platform or UWP apps, and your system resources, like your camera, microphone, location, files, etc. It ensures that these apps have the necessary permissions to function while also protecting your privacy and security. Normal behavior. When a Microsoft Store app is launched, Runtime Broker's memory usage might temporarily increase. When the app is closed, its memory usage should drop back down. It usually consumes very little CPU when idle. When it becomes a problem, if Runtime Broker consistently uses high CPU or memory, or if it's locking files, it usually indicates a misbehaving app or a temporary system issue. It's rarely a virus, though it's always good to be sure. How to fix the file is open in Runtime Broker problem. Here are several methods, starting with the simplest and progressing to more advanced solutions. 1. Restart your computer. This is often the quickest and easiest fix. A simple reboot can release the file lock and resolve temporary glitches. 2. Close the application that's using the file. Identify which Microsoft Store app might be using the file. If you were just using a video player, photo viewer, or any other UWP app, close it completely. Sometimes, changing the default app for a file type, e.g., from Media Player to Photos for videos, can resolve the issue if a specific app is problematic. Go to the file, right-click, choose Open with greater than, choose another app, and then select a different default. 3. End the Runtime Broker process via Task Manager. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus ESC to open Task Manager. Go to the Processes tab. Look for Runtime Broker. Select it and click End Task. Note: Runtime Broker will usually restart itself automatically. This is a temporary fix but often allows you to complete your action before it relocks the file. 4. Use Resource Monitor to identify the holding process. This is a more precise way to find out what exactly is holding the file. Press Windows key plus R, type resman link to .x, and press Enter. In Resource Monitor, go to the CPU tab. Expand the Associated Handles section. In the Search Handles bar, type the exact name of the file you're trying to access, or even just part of the name if you're unsure of the full path. The results will show the processes holding onto that file. Right-click on the identified process and select End Process. Confirm your action. Then try to delete, move the file. 5. Clear temporary files. Sometimes, corrupted temporary files can cause file locks. Press Windows key plus R, type %temp%, and press Enter. This will open your temporary files folder. Select all files and folders, Ctrl plus A, and then press Shift plus Delete to permanently delete them. Skip any files that cannot be deleted, they are likely in use. Restart your computer and try again. 6. Restart Windows Explorer. Windows Explorer itself can sometimes be the culprit. Open Task Manager, Ctrl plus Shift plus ESC. In the Processes tab, scroll down and find Windows Explorer. Right-click on Windows Explorer and select Restart. This will refresh your desktop and file system, potentially releasing the file lock. 7. Use Microsoft PowerToys, File Locksmith. Microsoft PowerToys is a suite of utilities that can enhance your Windows experience. One of its tools, File Locksmith, is specifically designed for this problem. Download and install Microsoft PowerToys from the Microsoft Store or Microsoft's GitHub page. Once installed, right-click on the problematic file in File Explorer. Select Show More Options if on Windows 11, and then choose Unlock with Locksmith. File Locksmith will scan and display the processes using the file. You can then click End Task to terminate them. 8. Disable Get Tips, Tricks, and Suggestions, Windows 10 11ths. Sometimes, Windows tips can trigger Runtime Broker activity. Go to Settings, System, Notifications and Actions, or Notifications in Windows 11. Turn off Get Tips, Tricks, and Suggestions as you use Windows. 9. Check for malware. While less common, if the Runtime Broker process is behaving erratically and none of the above solutions work, it's worth running a full system scan with your antivirus software. Malware can sometimes disguise itself as legitimate system processes. 10. Advanced. Modify registry. Use with caution. Disabling Runtime Broker entirely through the registry can prevent Microsoft Store apps from running correctly. Only attempt this if you are comfortable editing the registry and understand the potential consequences. It's generally not recommended as a primary fix. Press Windows key +R, type regedit, and press Enter. Navigate to key_local_machine, system, current control set, services, Time Broker SVC. In the right pane, double-click on the Start DWORD value. Change the value data from 3, manual, to 4, disabled. Restart your computer. Important. If you later experience issues with Microsoft Store apps, you may need to revert this change by setting the Start value back to 3. When to seek further help. If you've tried these solutions and the problem persists, consider providing more details about the specific file, type, location, and when the error occurs. Checking Windows for updates. Considering a Windows repair install if system files might be corrupted. By systematically going through these steps, you should be able to resolve the File Open in Runtime Broker issue.